How you doing, friends? My name's Marty, and I am back with another little glimpse into my music collection. In the background, should you be able to hear it, listening to Light of a Dead Star by Nahima, French black metal. Excellent stuff. Been spinning these guys a little bit lately. Getting, ready for the Christmas season. It's on Oak and Shield, and probably a long defunct label actually at this point. Late 90s, early 2000s this band was happening. So yeah, I've got some CDs. I got a mixed media this time. I'm going to try to go through them quickly. I know I tend to prattle on quite a bit. But one thing I've been listening to a lot lately is Toxic World Circus on cassette. This is a band that back in the day evaded me. I may have heard a track somewhere and hated the vocals, really high-pitched, soaring vocal style. So I picked this tape up off of eBay for a couple bucks, and honestly, I'm quite impressed how good it is. The musical component to this band is pretty impressive technical thrash with decent songwriting skills. The songs are catchy, they're powerful, they're potent. The vocals, I may have hated them, when this thing came out. When was this? 1988, my junior year of high school. I was all about, transitioning into heavier things at that point, but great album. And I'm probably going to pick up their other stuff too. I don't think they have much more, one other release. Next up is CDs, kind of in that earlier vein. What year did this come out? 86. This is Crimson Glory's debut album, self-titled. Got this for really cheap off of eBay, and it looks like it's an original pressing. I can't really tell. But, oh yeah, baby. Fear the Mask. I picked up Transcendence on cassette and was actually quite blown away by it. And my friend Ben, Brain Smasher, was telling me how he's never heard Transcendence, but he really couldn't get past how great this album was. So I tracked it down, got it, and yes, it is very good. Very good traditional metal with power metal tendencies. Midnight's vocals are super high up there on the register. Really great songwriting. Heart of Steel, Valhalla, Dragon Lady. The first three tracks are just so super catchy. Do I like this as much as Transcendence? Transcendence had a couple cheesy-ish type ballads, but I still liked it. More familiar with that one, but still wrapping my head around this one. I do enjoy it. We'll see. Another CD. This is a reissue. I found myself going through my old cassettes and spinning this album, which I never used to care for, and loving it now, which, like I said, taste, it's amazing how it's all cyclical. But Annihilator's Alice in Hell. So far out of the... I bought the album after this too, Neverland. Didn't like the vocalist, and they kind of turned to more of a heavy rock meets thrash style. But on this album, it's really good technical thrash, full of grooves, not like cheesy grooves, but sensible grooves, super good songwriting. So far, the Annihilator I've investigated after this album, I have not liked. So if you're going to stick with classic thrash, definitely check out Alice in Hell. Next two releases are by two of the same band, Horrendous. This is Inaretta and Adhesis. Picked these up cheap. Dark Descent was having a sale, and I picked them up cheap there. I hadn't heard these two. I missed out on them. And people were ranting and raving about how great these albums were, and they're right. Fucking awesome death metal from the US. These guys, they may have started off kind of vocally Van Drunen-esque, but these two albums are just fantastically well written and heavy and just blisteringly great death metal from the US. Check them out. And the same sale, I got these two for really cheap too. Golgotha's To Starve the Cross, which is the new one, and the Death Mask Cloak. My friend Ben knows these guys and recommended I check them out. 2 really good albums. You know, it's good. In theory, I should really be all over this stuff, but I don't know. Their song structures are really strange, and it's like they're trying to cram in a lot of shit into each song, which was kind of, you know, early death metal when it was starting to cross with thrash, coming out of thrash into death metal. That's kind of the way it was. This proto-death stuff was really kind of busy and strange, really strange time changes and song structures and riffs that are like perpendicular to one another as opposed to running parallel. But these are, jury's still out on these. I do like them. I'm just not blown away. I would much rather listen to Horrendous being, you know, the superior label mate. And moving on to vinyl. I haven't seen anybody show this yet, but it's kind of cool. The Wind of 666 Black Hearts, Dark Throne. This thing just came out. Basically what this is 2 rehearsals. Rehearsals 91. Well, I shouldn't say 2 rehearsals. 2 eras of rehearsals. Rehearsals 91 and Rehearsals 92. This is a 2 LP set. The first set of rehearsals are all instrumental. It's got Dag Nilsson, who was the bass player that played on Soulside Journey, and I think he was on under Blazing in the Northern Sky as well before leaving the band. But and the 92 rehearsals are with vocals. And the one thing I take away from this, and it's got some old classic photos and a little overview write-up of the era from Fenris, which is cool, and lyrics. But the thing that really gets me about this was how amazingly tight Dark Throne were. I mean, they must have rehearsed all the fucking time, because this shit's fast and unrelenting. I mean, this was all material that appeared on Blazing in the Northern Sky and Under a Funeral Moon. I mean, Side A, all instrumental versions of Blazing in the Northern Sky, Catharian Life Code, The Pagan Winter, Where Cold Winds Blow, and The Shadow of the Horns. And Side C, Summer of the Diabolical Holocaust, Crossing the Triangle of Flames, Under a Funeral Moon, The Dance of Eternal Shadows, and Unholy Black Metal. I got the double white vinyl. I'm not going to pull them out and show you because they're white vinyl. But, yeah. Did I need this? No, but as a Dark Throne fan, it's pretty cool to have and hear how tight these guys were, and hearing these songs in their proper environment in like a stripped down rehearsal space, because really that wasn't that far off from how they were recorded. Super tight, and they sound really great. The vocals, when the vocals were added, equally sound as good. So check it out. If you're a Dark Throne fan, you probably already have it on the way. Next up, I've got 2 from Mare Cognitum. This is the Extra Conscious Lucidity. This is on Fallen Empire. 2 LP set. It does not fold out into a gatefold. It's just an oversized jacket. The vinyl is kind of cool looking. I don't know if you can see it in this light, but it's like a super dark purple with purple and white splatter. Poly-lined in record sleeves and a insert, which is super simplistic. I'm gonna wait to the party with this band. I have not heard their latest for the year, but wow. I mean, it's a really good one-man black metal from the US. They just came out on some list as being the #1 US black metal band, and really, it's not too far from the truth, man. These guys are really good. The album reproduction, the art reproduction on this is pretty shoddy, I think. Really dark, doesn't look all that great, but excellent machine-driven black metal. And I also got out that something that came out this year, Mare Cognitum split with Ariel. This is Resonance, Crimson Void. 1 side each for each band. Mare Cognitum is their standard, well-written, excellent, symphonic, composed black metal Well done. And the other band, well, I cannot say that. Oh, Ariel. Harsh black metal with some ambient passages mixed in, somewhat noisy. You know, maybe Wyatt, check this out. I know he's into the more, you're into the noisier stuff. But this is a very good split. Something dealing with space, and it's a good fitting sound from both bands for that purpose. Also on Fallen Empire, a buddy of mine gave this to me, and I'm very glad that he did. This is Earth and Pillars with Earth One. I don't know if I've shown this before, but this is really good. This is also put out on Eisenwald. Split release. It's a really good, harsh black metal. Really super dense, full of emotion. Came with incense, so the record jacket stinks. Black vinyl. But I don't know anything about this band, although they have a new album out that I have missed, but I will be tracking down on vinyl when it comes around. Excellent, dense, super atmospheric black metal. A lot of distortion, a lot of caustic sounds over the top of the production. Excellent stuff. It's one of those albums you can put on and kind of get lost in, and of course until you have to flip over the records. But and last up, I realized not too long ago that I had not listened to In Flames' The Jester Race in many years. So I picked out that CD and threw it on and was blown away at how amazingly well that album still holds up. So I said, fuck it, I'm throwing down. I'm going to pick it up on vinyl. This is a reissue on Century Media. Which, you know, the reissues aren't bad. You could tell that they didn't have the original art. It looks like it's blown up from a CD because the main image is kind of pixelated. But this is a great record. It sounds great. Moon Shield. If you have not heard that song, definitely just stop what you're doing and go listen to In Flames' Moon Shield. It's a melodic death metal classic as far as I'm concerned. And this whole album follows suit. This is when the band started to evolve out of their early albums and embrace more of a structured, I want to say pop structured sensibility. But this is by far a melodic death metal masterpiece. Definitely check this out if you have not heard it. And I got to realize that, yeah, I had this on CD and some of the CDs that followed. But their debut albums I've always had as dubs from tape trading days. So I said, I gotta correct this. So I went out and bought 3 issues of Lunar Strain and Subterranean. Subterranean is the EP. And it has bonus songs tagged on. Eye of the Beholder, which is a Metallica cover. Murs in the Rue Morgue, which is Iron Maiden cover. Dead Eternity, which I don't know right off the top of my head. It's been a minute since I've listened to this. But super young Jesper Stromblad, who came out of the band's Ceremonial Oath to start In Flames. This is a great record. Again, if you're a fan of early melodic Swedish death metal, check these guys out. And then, of course, their debut full-length, Lunar Strain, which is cool. They maintained the original cover on this. There is, I think, a different cover on a reissue. But, yeah. Look at those youngins. Look at them. Oh, we make metal really good. And they do. And this is a great album. Again, melodic death metal classic. And that's it for my stack. I'm trying to go a little quicker these days because I'm sick of keeping you guys on the line for a half hour while I beep, 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 beep. But that's it, and I will see you all later. Thanks.